Hi everybody, this is Z from Sad Panda Games, and I am here today with a game called Dead Cells. Now, one of my friends, Michael, he actually suggested that I do some roguelikes on my channel because it does kind of fit the name and everything with everything. So roguelikes, if you don't know what roguelikes are, if you're new to gaming or don't really know what a roguelike or roguelite is, roguelike is going to be the big one, basically. A roguelike is basically, a lot of the time, it is played out where you play a character, and that character is most likely going to die at some point. But a lot of roguelikes have different ways of doing things. Some roguelikes have it to where each run that you do things, you gain money or gold or whatever it is that you gain, and that helps your next run to be better, for you to go farther, for you to get better and better and better as you go. Others are ones where you gain items as you go through the run, and those items help you get farther and farther, and each run you do unlocks more and more items for you to pick up along the way. Now, some games do kind of a combination of the two. Some games only do one. Some games do one or the other. You know, sometimes they do one or another at specific times. It all just kind of depends on what you're playing on them. Roguelikes can be very challenging, but they can also be extremely rewarding in their ability to get through them. So I'm actually going to be playing this one today. Is called Dead Cells. I'm playing it on Steam, but I am playing it with a controller because for me, as I've said before, I'm an all-around gamer, so I prefer both PC and console gaming. And playing with a controller on a PC is kind of awesome. Though I would love to use my PS4 controller more. The mapping for PS4 controller on Steam right now is not very good. It's still Xbox 360 or Xbox One controllers. This is actually a wired Xbox One controller. So, but anyway, this is a roguelike called Dead Cells. It came out about, as I'm recording this, it came out about 14 days ago. But it came out on May 10th of this year. So it's basically a brand new game. I haven't really seen much on it, other than what I've done. And I have played the game, but I'm gonna do a completely new run on a different save file and everything to show you guys how the game is. So I'm a little bit better at the game than most people are going to be when they first start out, but it's not going to be something that is really bad or anything. I'm still going to die. I'm still going to get killed a lot. So this is how the game starts out, which I still haven't figured out why you're this weird green mucusy thing. But then you become this, and it kind of does a little tutorial thing where you can double jump, and this guy talks to you a little bit. So that's kind of the premise of this game, is that apparently you can no longer die in this weird castle, mansion, whatever you're in. Basically, every time you die, you come back to life at the very beginning of the mansion. And one of the biggest things is that each time you play through the game, each playthrough is different. So you can pick up this, but I'm not going to. I will pick up this because I'm not. So this one of the reasons why I like it is because I really like the Dark Souls games, and this is this is a roguelite, technically. I'm not sure exactly what. I'm not even sure what the real difference between roguelike and roguelite is. I do, however, know that there is a difference. I just don't know what the actual difference is between the two, like as to what it means. I don't really know. They're both basically the same type of game. But this is pretty cool. I like this game. It has a lot of really neat things that it does, but it's also one of the other things that it was titled with was Souls-lite. So as anyone has anyone who has actually played the Dark Souls games can say Dark Souls games are pretty difficult. They're pretty challenging. I've beaten the first one. I never beat the second one. I didn't like the control scheme in it. The third one is awesome, but I haven't beat it yet. But basically, by it being a Souls-lite means that it's meant to be challenging. I don't want to go through this because I don't have that ability yet. So yeah, like I said, I've played this a little bit, and there's an ability that you get pretty early on, but I just haven't gotten it yet because I'm not to it yet. Also, when you get your first upgrade, if it's one of those where you get to choose, I always choose doing weapon damage because it like, see right there, like it increases your weapon damage pretty greatly. But basically, by being a Souls-lite, just means that it's supposed to be really challenging, really fast-paced, and it's supposed to have some different things. So, ooh. Drops a bomb. Let's do that. Just replace my necklace that you start out with. Or I guess what you start out with isn't really a necklace. It's more of like a prisoner thing. But yeah, this is a Souls-lite and roguelike game, roguelite title. So it does both. I suppose there was another way down here, wasn't there? I'm looking at my map down in the corner and I can see it. But yeah, it was mentioned to me by Michael that I should do more videos on roguelikes. And obviously I'm not going to do like full playthroughs of games that are roguelikes, most likely. I'll most likely do like little spotlights, kind of like this one. Just to kind of show them off and get you guys' opinion on them. Sometimes I might actually... Ooh, that's a... So what I just picked up, just to explain a little bit, is a blueprint. So like I said, sometimes on runs it gives you the ability to find things that are useful for that run, like say these upgrades and things. They're useful for this run because when I die, all the upgrades and stuff go away. But it also allows you to find items that will help you on your next run. So that blueprint that I found is a blueprint for a weapon that right now doesn't drop. It doesn't drop at all until I have gotten to the merchant guy, basically, for him to take the blueprint and me to be able to purchase it. So this is the merchant guy. He's at the end of each section of this game. Now I haven't even gotten to I've gotten to the first boss on this game. That's as far as I've ever gotten. I'm not sure how much more the game is after it or anything. Like, I'm not sure how large or long this game actually is. But all I really know is that right now I don't have much going on in the way of things. So that one I pretty much have to do. Healing potion 1. I only have 6 cells left. So some weapons I already had, like twin daggers will drop. And also the whip, the electric whip, will both drop. So you have 3 weapons that you start out with that can drop, and that is so like right now I have a rusty sword. That's the sword that you start out with at first. Now what's nice is later with some of these upgrades that you can get, because these are all upgrades. This is like the upgrade tree for this game. And so the different upgrades can actually improve your situation greatly. So I'm just going to get this because even though I don't really particularly care for this weapon personally, it also gives you the weapon. So now I have a blood sword too. So and then there's this. This is something that you don't get until after your first little section, so you have to get through that first section. But now I have a health flask, which is also kind of the same kind of thing that there is from Dark Souls. And like the Soulsborne series, like the health flasks, or I believe in Bloodborne, it's like blood vials. Blood vials. That's what it was. But the blood sword is kind of neat in that it causes a bleed effect on enemies. So. Ooh. So I got another blueprint for the flammable sword, which can also be a useful little item if you have something that causes fire damage, because then it causes bonus damage to people. Like, there's a lot of the different little strategies you can do with this game, and I do love. Like, one of the big reasons why he said that I should do roguelikes is because I have a lot of roguelikes. It's one of my favorite genres, actually, because I love the whole... Because for one, roguelikes, while they can be long and have lots and lots and lots of different content, like different bosses that you can unlock later on and stuff like that, or just lots of content initially, even. I love the challenge of the roguelike, because roguelikes, one of the biggest things about them that you'll notice if you start playing a lot of roguelikes is that roguelikes tend to be quite challenging. They tend to be right along the same kind of challenging as Dark Souls and stuff. Maybe not quite as challenging, depending on how you play and everything. This game, I personally feel, is much easier to play with a controller than the keyboard and mouse. The keyboard and mouse controls for me were a little wonky. Oh, dang. Missed the time door. Also, some of them, like this one, do encourage you to go at a very fast pace. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they encourage you to explore as much as possible and do as much as possible in the game before venturing on, which in the beginning of playing this you should definitely do that, because adventuring is how you find new items and blueprints that will help you later on in the game. So it's definitely a good idea to go ahead and adventure around and find as much stuff as you can to help you in later runs. So it's kind of neat the way this goes. So this is where you get the first ability right here. This door is not open later on after you get this ability. You have to fight things to get the ability. An elite ranger, actually, it looks like. I'm on heal. I'd advise doing better than what I just did. So this is the Vine Rune in this game. So this is the first ability that you get in the game that opens up so much of the map. And just to let you guys know, like, when I first played this game, I did not get this far. I did not get to the promenade. I did not get nearly this far in the game the first time I played. So don't feel bad if you don't get this far, because it is something that is... This game is challenging to learn the mechanics and how... Like, I have already learned, like, some of the attack patterns and things of some enemies that makes it quite a bit easier for me to get through some of these areas. But like I said, I've made it to the first boss, but if you notice, I did not say that I have beaten the first boss, because I have not. I have not beaten the first boss. The first boss absolutely wrecked me. I made it to him, I think, twice in my time playing this so far, and he has wrecked me both times. Like, it is just terrible how much how much damage he does to me. And I haven't learned his attack patterns or anything. And I believe there's actually... One of the big things is this game has different paths you can take to go to different places. So I actually think that boss was just one of two possible bosses from the beginning that I could use, that I could fight. Also, this is another elite. I'm probably gonna die. Yep, I died. Also, when you die, you lose all of your cells, so all the things that you use for upgrades, and you lose any blueprints that you hadn't taken to a merchant. So you have to re-find those blueprints if you don't do it. So, which is kind of douchey, but at the same time, it's like, I understand. I died. I'm not gonna keep any of my items, and you don't. You don't keep anything. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who he is. I don't know what his purpose in it is. I think he's just a tutorial guy, because after a couple of runs of going through this, he doesn't show up anymore. He's not at the beginning. So I don't know why that is. Also, I probably should have used my shield more, since I had one. That's my bad. Ouch. Also, that attack, I advise doing it a lot. The attack where you jump down onto them like that. Once you learn how to do that, do it like all the time, because it not only does it do a lot of damage to enemies, it also has a chance to stun enemies. So stunning enemies just means you're going to have enough time to retaliate and do an attack that you... Now, any abilities that you picked up... Ooh, I love these. Not enough gold. I need enough gold. Alright, I have enough gold now, but I'm going to kill these enemies before we go back. I'm just going to pick this up. It's a lot better than the shield that I currently had. Kill these guys. Destroy this. No, I definitely have enough gold to pick it up. Twin daggers too. I love the twin daggers. I love them. This is my favorite weapon. And normally when I have this weapon, I normally get pretty far. Oh, I don't have enough gold. So I'm going to show you another mechanic, actually, of this. Is this. Now, there are certain different things you can do in this game that do different things, but they all pretty much do this. You have outraged the gods. Take one little hit and you're dead. Eliminate 10 enemies to lift the curse. So, I am now, doesn't matter my health, doesn't matter how much health I have. I could have 1 HP, I could have full health, doesn't matter. One hit, I'm dead until I defeat 10 enemies. So I have to defeat 10 enemies without getting hit, and then this curse will be lifted. So I'm going to go with strength. There's one. I really wish I had the ability to look down. Okay. There's 2 more. So now I only have to kill 7. Alright, so I have a bear trap now. Get another little upgrade, even though I don't have any. I only have the bear trap. Oh, that was close. So this is another little function too, is the door switch. Ooh, 1 enemy left, and then the curse will be lifted, so then I don't have to worry about dying in 1 hit. So we'll see what this is gonna do for me. Oh, damn it! It's just gonna take me all the way to the promenade. I wonder if there's an enemy up here that I can fight that's one of the easier enemies in the game. Oh, there is this that I can get. So it's just another little thing that I can use to kill my enemies with. I'm not sure where this is going to lead. I don't think there's going to be any enemies. Nope, that's going to be the other area that I don't want to go into. I just don't like it. To be honest, that's my reasoning. Also, these teleporters are pretty neat because you can just teleport to different places. I just teleported to the same place that I had just been at. So I guess I'm going to the promenade. Unless there is a thing over there. I don't know how to get there. So I guess I'm going to the promenade with 1. So I just have to kill 1 enemy and then I'll be fine. So I can do this. I have 13 cells, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to improve my twin daggers damage. Because now it has a damage bonus of 5% every time I use the twin daggers. I have 2 cells left. Just put them in that. By the way, this door right here, this other door that you have to go through to move to the next area, it will not open until you have spent all of your cells on him. So you have to spend all of your cells. Health restored, even though it doesn't really matter that much, but at least I'll have full health when I lift the curse. If I lift the curse. It's entirely possible that there'll be an enemy that will be super strong, or one that I just miss time and I will die. But it didn't happen that way because I ended up against an easy enemy that is really easy to kill. So, see, now the curse is lifted. So now I can actually now I can get hit and not worry about dying right away. I mean, I don't advise getting hit. If you can avoid getting hit in this game, do that. That is the best way to. See, like that was stupid. I should have looked. I just took 20 damage that I didn't even take. But I love this weapon. Mainly because it's so fast. It does so much damage that way. Oh, I've got another upgrade here. I'm gonna upgrade my strength again. I don't want to go down there, maybe. Well, I'll go down here. I don't even know what's down here right now. This is a store. These teleporters are great. They can cut down on a lot of time. Especially if you're trying to get to the time chests, which are timed. Like, after a certain amount of time, the chests close, and you can't open them anymore. And I'm hoping to be able to get to one of them before they close. Before it closes, just to. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Because I'm going really slowly. Oh, this is gonna be bad. I need to. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. There we go. He's at health. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Ah, yep, I died. So, I kind of figured that I would there because I was trying to, like, cheese him with traps, but did not work out. So that is Dead Cells. So if you guys like roguelikes, like I said, he doesn't show up now. I don't think he's even up here now. Oh wait, no, he is up here. Because now I've gotten enough upgrades. Hold on, I will actually go with this too. This will actually show you what all upgrades you have available to you, whether you've purchased them all and everything like that, and just kind of a cool little visual effect. You can't actually do anything with it, from what I can tell. Like, you can't break them and get the items out of them, unfortunately. But so that is Dead Cells. So this game, I absolutely love it. For me, I don't know how long the game is. The game isn't very expensive. I believe right now on Steam it's like $16 or $17. It's not an early access, so you don't have that kind of thing. The game is, as far as I know, complete. So it is a complete game through and through. It is a single-player game, as far as I know. I don't believe it has any multiplayer functionality, so there's that. Not that this game really needs multiplayer functionality. So if you like single-player, most roguelike games are single-player. There are some that are multiplayer, but most of them are single-player games, because that's where a lot of the difficulty comes from, is being single-player. So if you like roguelikes and everything, definitely check out Dead Cells. It is on Steam right now. And it's very well made. I mean, it's kind of does the retro Metroidvania kind of style, with the minor platforming and things, as well as like the kind of like PlayStation 2 type of graphics and stuff on it. So that's kind of neat how it does that. How it kind of like harkens back to a day when we didn't have these awesome graphically capable consoles and computers. So I definitely think that you should check it out, but that's just my opinion on the game. I'm definitely going to do more of these. I think this is something that my channel could be good at. So, but I do want to thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you beautiful people later.